going on, guys? This is Lurkin here. What's going on, guys and gals? This is Lurkin here from Mobalytics. This is my Firewall Meteor build. Go over the skills real quick. We got Meteor with the Starfall Coronet helmets, rain down some meteors, kill the dinosaurs. Ice armor to give us a nice little barrier so we can make it through. Teleport for raiment stuns. Flame shield because gotta have that. Inferno for more pulls and for helping with mana on bosses. Firewall. Firewall's taken sort of to bridge the gap between meteor cooldowns. I wanted to do something that wasn't just full meteor because I felt like maybe you might be standing around waiting for the cooldown to come off. And then for our enchantments, we're taking Meteor Enchantment. And this one for me is personal preference. You can put Firewall Enchant here. You could put Ice Blades Enchant to kind of make it more like the Maxwell's Northwars style thing, where he's just got really high, better cooldowns on the Meteor. But I ran Frozen Orb because when leveling and when I was using the Seneschal pet, the Vuln from it wasn't really reliable, so I ended up taking Frozen Orb Enchant. It also gives me cold damage for Tel Rasha. Sometimes it's nice because you can play ranged with Firewall, and then eventually you'll just cast a bunch of Frozen Orbs and freeze stuff, so it's just kind of nice. Go into the glyphs. We'll go into the board real quick. So we start off with a starter board with Reinforce so that we get a little bit tankier. For 15% barrier DR, buffs are all resist and are non-fizz. They changed the way life scales, so I ended up I take a lot more life nodes in my boards just to because it's multiplicative now. Each one adds onto the other, multiplies into it. Next we take Elementalist for this isn't maxed yet all the way, but increases our resists and our non-fizz nodes here. Grab a little bit of non-fizz there. Here we take Destruction for that fat 194 crit damage. Path our way up, grab some burning, got some damage to the burning here, DR burning. Grab this one for more DR burning, and then we ended up taking Burning Instinct for a 69. Nice. 69% more burning damage. Next we take Adept so that both our Firewall and our Meteor are hitting hard and hitting large for 20% more area. Grab some fire damage. Work on way to Searing Heat. We're kind of putting our eggs in a couple baskets, but it ends up working out okay. This gives us 30% more crit strike damage with Meteor and 10% more, 12% more crit chance. Now they buffed it. Next we take Frigid Fate, and as always, a 85.8% Enchanter. I'm a big fan of this glyph. Just the nice fat non-fizz. Really helps round out the Searing Heat here, and then also our Frigid Fate legendary node. And I got a Hoda Barb telling me how much overpower he does, so now he's hitting for 16 trillion, no, probably 500 million. So must be nice. We grab this lucky hit chance so that we can proc more Meteor enchantments. And then this should be Flame Feeder, but right now my pants are missing a DR close roll. I'm feeling it a little bit, so we're slotting territorial here just for some close DR because can't be dying in videos. And then one thing I need to talk about with Meteor Enchantment. So Meteor Enchantment is very special. So say you have Firewall Enchant and you proc a Firewall Enchant, it spawns a Firewall. That Firewall cannot proc another Firewall Enchant. It really can't proc anything. It's just the Firewall that's chilling. But Meteor Enchantment is very special. For whatever reason, it can proc itself. So you cast the Meteor or you cast the Firewall and do anything, and a Meteor comes down. And what ends up happening is it can keep reprocking itself, so you end up getting a shit ton of meteors just raining. We think it has something to do with the lucky hit chance of the meteorite from the Shattered Stars aspect. We'll go over the gear real quick. So we have the Starfall Coronet, crux of the build. Gives you really want a 6-second cooldown here. Really good stats, max life, cooldown, ranks Meteor, lucky hit chance. Makes your Meteor cooldown skill, it's really great, and gives it additional functionality. Makes it rain. Raiment for pulling, so stunning off your teleport, and also when your teleport hits a bunch of enemy teleport, I'm just gonna go into it real quick. Teleport has a really high lucky hit chance, 122%, so it will proc Meteor Enchantment a lot just because of how high the lucky hit chance is, and it'll proc some of our LH restore rolls too. It's really nice. Where was I on the gear? So this should not be controlled. This should be 3 curses, and then should actually be on the amulet, but I'm out of aspects, so So this is what you're getting. Attack speed, crit chance, lucky hit, restore, always good. Can't go wrong there. Next, you'd want pants with, you want total armor, and you want, I would say, you want total armor, and you want ranks of Meteor, and then also probably ranks of Firewall, and that your last slot can be either distant, close, or DR burning. Or you could not take the Firewall ranks and just go for like 2 DRs. Pants are a little flexible. You could really do whatever you want here. And if you don't want to run Raiment, you can just run Tabalts and just have a DR chest. Then I take Asus in this build for more crit chance for X-Fails. Some other builds take Elementalist because, especially like pure meteors, because you're always at 100 mana. But I just slot Asus in every build, gives you around 40% crit chance, and even more so when you kill an elite. Up to 50-60% crit chance you can hit cap with just Asus alone. Then this one is in the build. We got a wand with Shattered Stars. You want critical strike damage and then mastery skill damage. I just don't have that. But Shattered Stars makes it so meteorites just shitting out from your meteor when you drop it, and then they have that burn that we really need to keep proccing Meteor Enchantment. Next we have a focus. You're going to want crit chance, resource gen. Honestly, this looks like exactly sort of what I would want. Maybe you'd probably dump lucky hit chance. Yeah, I would take, because lucky hit chance at 9% is so low. So you would want DR burning here. I would, just to be tankier. We take X-Fails for those juicy fat procs. Let's get a little movement here so I don't get kicked out. So we got X-Fails for those juicy fire dot procs. Tal Rasha, because Tal Rasha is an uber unique in and of itself. If you get Starless Skies, that definitely could be an option to replace Tal Rasha. And then lastly, we have an amulet. This looks exactly like the amulet that I would want. Total armor, cooldown reduction, ranks of mastery, ranks of devouring blaze, and I would typically have 3 curses here, which is I just ran out of aspects. 3 curses is the 40% crit strike damage with meteor, and that would become 60%. But that wouldn't slot here actually. That would slot right here, and I would have conceded here. Not to confuse you, it'll be in the planner. Just look at the planner. Everything will be fine. And let's run this. Maybe let's put a little lucky hit pot on so we can get more procs. I haven't played this build in a while. I've been playing Blizzard, but oh yeah, I forgot. I have a meteor. I should probably be using that. Okay, Slay the Ward. So I just go around. I cast Firewall. I kind of just cast Firewall as something to do to bridge the gap and give me more X-Fails procs. As you can see, it likes the rain. We'll see if we can get cases of Meteor Enchant proccing itself. Get a nice pack of enemies. So let's see, we'll do that. And teleport, yeah, teleport does proc Meteor Enchantment a lot. We gotta find this guy. Yeah, it feels like every time that I teleport, it's making one of them. So this build's pretty nice. Hopefully we end up getting some bosses. And somehow I got nuked from these guys. I think that just happens. Sometimes I mess up when I'm talking. Talking and playing is not my strong suit. Alright, let's get past these guys. This guy's hurt. Typically you can just Raiment and then do that. Where is this guy? Where'd you go, brother? Picked a great dungeon here. I'll go craft some vaults after this so you can see better gameplay, because this just ain't it. There he is. Let's just see straight how just the pure meteor does. Get a lot of nukes there. Maybe we can get some X-Val procs. What's nice is every time you use a meteor, now cooldowns go, so you get a nice little barrier. Let's get out of this room. These guys hurt. Maybe we can find some events. It really excels in density, especially like in vaults towards the end when you're in that room that looks like this, where it's just a hellhole. But yeah, as you can see, the mana's pretty good. Just kind of cast meteor, and then it's just nice. I like having the firewalls too. Just gives you something to do. But your main damage dealer is the meteor here. Firewall's just there as an extra chance to proc X-Files, basically, and to give you something to do. Oh, I gotta do a bunch of stuff here. It looks like we are gonna have a boss here, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, you could do a lot of just missing my life on kill on the helmet there. Oh yeah. Yeah, I kind of just alternate firewalls, and as you can see, I typically do it in combos of 2. You can just cast 1 and go, but you see, cast that. See a little flame shield action here. Just cast some firewalls, group them up, and then bloom, nuke them. I'll go over the Seneschal construct stuff after this. All right, let me through here, champ. Making my way downtown, dropping meteors on the dinosaurs. Oh no. Definitely don't have some of the armor rolls that I want, that's for sure. Not hitting cap right now. Just don't have the values that I want. Uh-oh. Finally, do I have all the animus that I need? One issue with this build is you can't see the ground that well, I'm gonna be honest. But it's real nice for casting and for getting. But I didn't have any good sigils, so we're gonna craft some vault sigils for after this. Because honestly, who's running Nightmare Dungeons right now? Everyone's just running vaults. Those are the new hotness. We almost have enough animus here to spawn the boss, because that's really what we're after. So we can see it's clearing mobs just fine. Super fun, a lot of fire going around. Casting both. I didn't like just casting Meteor, it was boring. So I like this firewall guy. Oh, alright, we got one more guy. Where you at, champ? 2 meteors, let's see if it nukes him. Nope, it does not. He teleports out. Alright, come here, buddy. You must have had a barrier or something. Oh, he's unstoppable now, and he nukes me. What kind of a fixes do we got? Oh, so they have 30% of their max life as a barrier. So that was the issue. Let's try this again. Come on, buddy. You can get nuked. You can do it. I have faith. Sometimes they're just stitchy. You know what it is? It's because I don't have the 3 curses aspect, so my meteors are not nuking like they should be. Whereas they would be hitting that meteor. If the enemy was healthy, it would be hitting for 80% of the damage that it's supposed to. So that's where the nuke comes in. You teleport, you drop 2 Raymons. So my meteors are dealing 80% less damage than they should be right now, just because of the build. So for the bosses, you kind of just stand there. Stand there on them, plus all your cooldowns. Get some nice. Yeah, we get some really good stagger here because of the immobilize. Then we should be nuking him here. Just kind of spam press everything. So boss damage isn't beautiful, not terrible. Honestly, that wasn't too bad, was it? Was that too bad? Start leveling up some of our glyphs. We don't have them all maxed. Alright, we're going to take ourselves to the gate hall. I'm going to drop some of this gear off. Then we're going to get straight into a vault. Vault will be a lot funner. It's more dense, just better. We're just going to dump these all in the stash, and we'll take a look-see later. But we'll check real quick to see if I did get a 3 curses. Still no 3 curses. Very tragic. Tragic stuff. Let's see if we got anything. Every single one of these was a look at this. 40% less fire, 60% less burning, distant. Drifting Shade, not running that. 40% less fire, less fire, less fire. So let's craft some vault sigils here. See if we can get a couple T100s, something close enough. All right, so it looks like we got a 98 blood blister crit, extra life, close, barrier. Let's try a couple more, see if we can get something better. Not Stormbanes, not that, not that. All right, this one's it. They're just gonna take less crit damage. So let's vault the ink. So yeah, I ended up switching over to Blizzard Source as my main endgame build, but I really do like Firewall Meteor. It was fun. I used it sort of to like early endgame. You just get the Starfall Coronet and then you're kind of good. But let's actually see how the mana is with Mage's Firewall over that, now that I actually have better rolls. Again, I get nuked. It's a little difficult to see stuff on the ground, so I'm gonna have to pay better attention. Just wait for my cooldowns to come in. And there was an explosion. I would have died. Yeah, the raiment stuff is just really nice. Raiment, it usually drops a meteor. Cast 2 more meteors, you end up getting like 4, 5, 6 meteors, and end up dropping on a single ad. Let's get 3 stacks, and let's just start cruising, baby. This is the gameplay that we're looking for. You can see we're just kind of nuking. Flame shield through these traps, keep making our way. Source is so good for vault. Not today, Junior. Definitely not as good as Blizzard, which is why I do not have this in S tier. I actually have not ever run this in T100s. So it's a little sweaty, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm dead. I was checking my enchantments. I don't have all my DR burning rolls, so I'm not getting that juicy DR. I'm missing it off my pants, and I'm missing it on my my focus. Cause like everything's burning in this build, so it would help a lot, tremendously. We got a lot of distant guys here. You can just do a lot of raiment. So typically with these, especially, this is a really, so what I like this build for most is like mid-early endgame farming. Like when you're like level 70 going into level 80, it's really good to farm just because it's safe. It definitely falls off once you get towards the end. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say this is the most OP fire build, like this is the most OP sorcerer build, because it's not, as you've seen. It has its issues, but if you really like Firewall Meteor, this thing's pretty good. And I'm just getting nuked. Oh my god. What? Missing 2 DR burning rolls. What could go wrong? Yeah, that could go wrong. But I think there's a bit of a user error on my part. Alright, let's get through here. Come on. But you can kind of just keep scooting. As you can see, it can kind of handle. Oh, that was interesting. So you can typically just sit, post up like right here. Just keep making it rain meteors. And just keep casting. Gotta get in here for a second. There we go. Get in here. God, I can't wait for the suppressor changes because as of right now they are just miserable. But as you can see, it performs pretty well in this final room, except for that right there. I'm gonna get a good one, I swear. Is it gonna make me do the whole thing again? No, we're over. Don't worry, I only died 4 times. Pick up all this junk, drop it off, and then we'll run another one. I'll get a good one. I swear. I swear this build's good. Alright, let's level up. Let's keep leveling up these glyphs. Alright. Let's drop all this stuff off. Where's this? We'll go sorting through this later. Let's do another. See if I got a good one here. No, I want that one. Where'd it go? Alright, let's do this one. T96. This looks better. Oh yeah, let's make sure my seasonal construct. We got Tempest, Arcing, Breaking, Resource. Resource would be Evernight. This is just to apply Vuln better. Then we have Flash of Adrenaline, Duration, and Tactical. This makes it a 12-second permanent uptime on Flash of Adrenaline, and then we'd have Evernight here to make it 50% more damage as opposed to 20%. Alright, so this time for real skis, I'm going to get a clean run. You know, if I had my DR burning rolls, everything would be burning, everything would be dealing much less damage to me. I think it's because I keep trying to pick up all this loot. Let's see, yeah, this. Come here. Let me get out of here. We're gonna try something here. We're gonna make a switch here so that we can have better cooldowns once we get towards the end here. Yeah, my meteors are just doing like 80% less damage that they should be because I don't have 3 curses on. So we're gonna make a quick hot swap here. Now that we have really good vuln from our Tempest. Oh, it's not letting me swap. All right, let's do this. Oh, I still need points here. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to lose some of these. Let's lose these. Still can't lose these. We'll go like this. 1. Still can't lose that. Gotta lose another one. Come on, give me my points. Alright, so we'll keep... Nope, still can't remove it. There we go. Sorry about that. These nodes are really annoying. We'll keep warmth so that we can heal. Got my nice Venusaur sweatshirt on. Alright, let's get our 3 stacks. Keep it safe. Damage is definitely there. Oh yeah, I meant to change the enchantment. Let's do that real quick. Ice Blades. Alright. So we're gonna style after Northwar here. I think we can get a bunch of Ice Blades out and it'll make it better on the cooldowns for farming. already do feel better. Oh yeah, these guys are miserable. As you can see, like, you can typically just, yeah, just nuke everything, keep moving. Alright, the final iteration of this build is going to have Ice Blaze Enchant. And this is what all the testing is. You have some ideas of what you think you want the build to be. And then in the end, it just ends up being slightly different and not needed. Certain things, aspects of the build. But this is, you can see, this runs a lot cleaner. I'm not playing like an absolute brain dead. Then we'll get a nice flame shield. We'll get out of here. Let's just watch them get nuked. Oh, isn't that pretty? You have to make sure you keep your cooldowns up. Yeah, Ice Blaze Enchant's the way to go with this. Nice little Inferno. Just kind of alternate firewalls and meteors. And yeah, actually have 3 curses aspect on. If I had any video editing knowledge, I'd figure out a way to cut out that last dungeon, but you know, I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. No cherry picking. What you see is what you get with these. You'll see the build's flaws through my flaws. Every build has them. But as you can see, this is pretty dope. Ice Blade Enchant's kind of doing work here. Wow, this one's messy. And I just cooked the shit out of that room. That was beautiful. There we go. 4 lives remaining. See, I'm not that washed. Just a little bit. You know, as you get older, I'm 31. As you get older, things don't get any easier. Alright. I'll end up grabbing that. Just drop something trash. Alright, so that's Firewall Meteor. I'm glad the last run was actually able to be pretty good. So yeah, we're going to end up going with Ice Blade Enchant there, just to help with the cooldowns. Because as we saw, sometimes I died in the earlier runs waiting for it. And now that we can actually level our breaking support up higher, now we have like 100% chance for vulnerable when every time Tempest hits a ton of enemies for the vulnerable. So we don't need the Frozen Orb anymore. But yeah, I'm lurking from Mobalytics. My Twitch and my Mobalytics profile are going to be in the link. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, goodbye.